Okay, I am so excited to be able to share with you guys why I believe it is the decade of destiny. I believe prophetically everything that the Bible talked about, everything Jesus prophesied is about ready to all culminate. It's accelerating and it's coming together. Are you ready for it?
I'm trying to find a remnant. I'm trying to find somebody that will sound an alarm and understand that a Holy Ghost invasion is taking place. Man your battle stations. Ready your spiritual weapons. Lock and load. Let a revolution begin. Let it begin with a shout unto him that has not only called us to war, but who has empowered us by his Spirit to win.
All right, I want to share with you why I believe that in the imminent future is coming a historic peace deal in Israel that's going to literally shock the world. And it's coming very soon. You're going to see it, you're going to hear it, and it's going to happen. And here's why. Because what's going on behind the scenes in the world? Let's look at the Muslim world. There are 1.6 billion Muslims in the world. And, so Israel is surrounded by 500 million Arabs, all these different countries. It's a rough neighborhood. How in the world is Israel going to come to peace? Let me explain to you. Of the 1.6 billion Muslims in the world, 85% of them are Sunni Muslims. And the top of the Sunni world is Saudi Arabia. That is the nation the United States has a very long-standing special relationship with. Saudi Arabia, representing Sunni Islam, says, you know what, we can live with Israel. We could compromise with an Israel. We could allow Israel even to exist. We could work together and have peace. We could even allow them to have a place where they could worship, maybe even on Temple Mount. Now, they are moved and motivated. Why? Because on the other side of the Muslim world is Shia Islam. Shia Islam only represents 15% of the population of the 1.6 billion Muslims in the world. But the lead nation is Iran. And Iran is about ready to get nuclear weapons. And guess who is number one in the crosshairs of Iran? Shia Islam. They have a totally different theology than the Sunni Muslims. Shia Islam says no Israel, no compromise, no peace plan, no place for them to worship. There's no compromise whatsoever. And so here is Shia Islam getting ready to get a nuclear weapon. And if you ask most people, who do you think they would use that weapon, the threat of the weapon or the actual weapon? And, I'd ask my congregation, I say, how many of you think it's Israel? Oh, many people raise their hand. I said, okay, how many of you think it would be the United States? And many other people raised their hand. The great Satan is America, the little Satan being Israel. And I said, I don't believe so. Actually, the number one target for Shia Islam with their nuclear power, either by threat or by use, is Saudi Arabia. And you say, why would that be? Because Shia Islam wants to make the whole world Islamic. But before you can make the whole world Islamic, you have to unite the Muslim world. The 15% needs to take the 85%, and they need to come together and be one. Well, listen, Saudi Arabia knows that. They know they're in the crosshairs. They know that they're the number one target for a nuclear-armed Iran. Therefore, guess what? Saudi Arabia says, we need a neighbor who is close by, who has nuclear weapons, who can protect us because they also feel threat. And who would that be? That's Israel. So God is using circumstances to push the Sunni Islam to compromise with Israel to get their nuclear protection from the threat of the other side, which is Shia Islam. All of this is being coordinated. All of this is being put together. All of this pressure is being brought to bear. And guess what they just came out with in the newspapers recently about this peace deal? Our president says he's ready to bring it out in the near future, maybe after the elections at the end of this year. And he said, here's what is going to happen. With the Temple Mount, it's right now been under Jordanian control, going back over 50 years to 1967. That's who controlled it then. But it is about ready to shift. And they said, we want to move the leadership of the Temple Mount from Jordan to guess who? Saudi Arabia, who has already said we can make peace with Israel, we can compromise with Israel, we can live within Israel, we can even share the Temple Mount with Israel in order to get that nuclear protection. So all of this is coming to pass right before our eyes. This is the decade, I'm telling you, a historic, unprecedented peace deal is coming to the Middle East soon. And it's all been prophesied in the Bible.